Today I'm down at a lake that I have not been to in a very long time, but I know that this place holds a lot of bass, especially in the winter time. The fishing is really good. There's actually a hot hole on this lake, which we may end up hitting today. There's a lot of fish that sit right there where that power plant pushes out that warm water, but we're gonna start off fishing some other stuff today. I'm planning on throwing a crankbait around some, maybe a spinnerbait, maybe a shaky head. I'm not really sure what the fish are gonna be biting, but I do know that the water is a little bit stained. We've got a little bit of wind and the water is still very cold. So we're gonna see what we can get into today, see if we can catch us some fish, hopefully a big one. Let's hop on into it. Okay, so like I said, I have not been here in a really long time. It's actually probably been a year. I think the last time that I was here was last January or last February. As far as fishing goes, I've been on the lake since then, duck hunting and a couple other different things, but I just haven't been fishing here. But because of my past experience here, I kind of know what I think the fish are going to be doing. But I did want to go ahead and check the Deep Dive app and see what it has to say for recommended baits as well and where we should throw those. So if we open up our Deep Dive app, we have got the lake plugged in that we are currently at. It is winter. It is not a low lake level, it is normal. And the water is definitely stained, and I'm just going to start shallow for right now. We may end up going offshore at some point, but shallow, showing flat-sided crankbait and a jerk bait. So let's get both of those rigged up. I'm also going to rig up the spinnerbait and the shaky head just because that's what I think will work. Also, we're going to rotate between these and see what we can do. It's saying that we should throw the jerk bait on things like chunk rock, bluff wall, riprap, rock transitions, so basically anything rock. And it does show you a picture of some examples, and I actually pulled up on this little bluff wall bank right here in front of me. We also have some riprap over here. This is bluff wall, riprap, and then more riprap there. So honestly, this should be perfect for that jerk bait. And then I'm assuming that the crankbait's gonna be the same thing. Yep, same exact thing right there. Bluff wall, chunk rock, riprap, rock transition. It's gonna be really good around roads, bridges, channel swings, and banks. And this is actually a road right here that all this riprap is on. So let's get our baits tied up. I have a few things tied on right now, but we do have to rig up some things. And if you guys do want to check out the Deep Dive app, I will have it linked down below. It is a really cool app that I've been using lately, and in the last video that I used it, it worked very well, and we're gonna hope that it does today too. Let's get rigged up, see if we can catch us a bass. All right, so I've already got a spinnerbait rigged up. I've already had this on here for a while, just a little chartreuse and white spinnerbait. I may end up putting an all white on, but I think the chartreuse and white will be fine because the water is dirty. And we've got that on our Mach jacked combo from Lose. I'm loving this combo so far. And then I have also got a Mach smash right here that we are actually going to rig up this crankbait on. And this is a red crankbait. It's not like a straight up red. This is actually called Blue Rock Craw. This is the Strike King chick magnet. And the chick magnet, what's cool about it is it is a flat-sided crankbait. So the flat-sided crankbaits are really good in the winter time when the water is cold. So like I said, this isn't like a super deep dark red, but it does have red in it. It's got a purple back, and that is a really good color. It's almost like the demon color that's popular in a couple other different crankbaits. And I'm gonna try this out. Actually, I don't know if that's purple. That might be blue. I'm colorblind, but it kind of looks purple to me, so I would assume if it says Blue Rock Crawl, I guess that's probably blue. I don't know. Comment down below, let me know. Is that purple or blue? I don't know, I'm colorblind. All I know is that it looks good and that it should catch bass. That's what I know. So there we go. That's rigged up on our Mach smash, and this is actually not the Mach smash combo. For some reason, I have a BB1 on this Mach smash rod. I don't really know why, but this is going to be the perfect rod for throwing this crankbait because it is it might be a medium heavy. It's a medium heavy, but I do have lighter line on here, and it's a 7.2, so she should be pretty good. And then I've got my jerkbait set up right here. This is a KVD jerkbait rod, and I also have a custom light reel on there with some light line. I think this is 10-pound test. We're going to snip this jerkbait off. And I got this one out right here. It's kind of got a lot of gold in it. And the Deep Dive app said to throw a matte shad color, but I want to try this one out and see if this will work because this water is muddy. And I don't even know if I've caught one on this color jerkbait yet, so I'm going to give it a shot. There we go, little jerkbait action. And now for the shaky head, I'm actually going to be running a 1/4 ounce shaky head. And I've got a brand new Mach bait on there that has not yet come out but I have been testing it, and this thing is legit. You can use it a bunch of different ways. We've got a bunch of new stuff coming out, so y'all be on the lookout for that. It's coming soon. But those are our 3 rods right there. We're all set up. We got us a shaky head, we've got us a jerkbait, a crankbait, and a spinnerbait, and then I've got a bunch of other rods up here. If I need to switch up to something else, I can. But for right now, we're just gonna roll with the crankbait and the jerkbait, see what happens. All right, I am planning on throwing the crankbait quite a bit, but I did just come up here on this rock bank and immediately saw a bunch of fish suspended right here. So I figured I might try throwing the jerkbait over them. And I actually had a few of them react to it right away, but they never ate it. Let's pick up this crankbait, see if we can do some work with this thing. We got a bluff bank here. It's not super deep. I'm in 6 foot right now, so I think that this crankbait should get down there pretty close to the bottom on the majority of this stuff. Yeah, I just bumped something right there, probably a tree. Which is what you want. You want to be bumping stuff with the crankbait. I'm gonna fish on down to this pipe. If I don't get bit by then, I'm gonna turn around and go back the other way. There's a lot of boats down here, so I don't wanna be getting around everybody. You guys might notice I'm wearing shorts. I'm actually wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm probably about to take it off. It's been like 15-degree lows all week, and then all of a sudden today, middle of the day, it's 67 degrees. Right smack dab at the end of January. It's crazy. But hey, I'll take it. I'm out here in January in shorts, so that's pretty cool. Crankbait time. Just gonna go down this whole bank and just parallel it. Just parallel cast down the whole thing. Hopefully entice a bite. I don't think I said it earlier, but if you guys do want to check out the rods and reels and the baits I'm using, I do have that down in the description below as well with some discount codes. If you guys do want to check it out, save you a little bit of money, get all prepped for the 2024 fishing season. Go on and go down there. These warm days like this, they're making me want to get out here and get fishing. I don't want to go fishing when it's 15, but 66 degrees and I can wear shorts. Yeah, I want to go fishing then. There he is. There he is. Yes, sir. Is it a bass? It's fighting kind of weird. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. It's an old bass right there. On the crankbait. He ain't bad. He ain't bad. This lake doesn't have like a ton of like huge fish. There is some big fish in this place. My friend caught a 1020 one time, but you do catch a lot of fish around this size. But that is the first one right there on the old chick magnet. The app told us throw that crankbait, and I knew that it would be good to throw a red crankbait. There we go, hooked up on our first fish of the day. I knew this bank was gonna be good, man. I knew it. Go ahead and get the release on this guy. Thanks for biting, Mr. Bass. I was honestly not really expecting that bite, but I'm glad that it happened. You know, a lot of people think too, like, oh yeah, it's cold outside, you gotta catch them deep. Like, there is fish out deep, don't get me wrong, but there's also fish up shallow too. Especially a lake like this, like the water temperature right now is 56 degrees. Like, honestly, that's really not that cold. It could be a lot colder. This right here looks like a good area. Got some wood mixed in with the rocks. And then up here we actually have a transition. Transitions from rocks to clay bank and shells. And then I think it goes back to rock. And that's pretty much a textbook place for where a bass will be, is like on one of those transitions. So maybe once we get up here we'll get bit. I just got bit by a nice tree right there. Snagged. All right. That's exactly what you want to do. Call me Kevin Van Dam, professional bass fisherman. So we've got this transition. This right here is all that shell and all that. And then up here, there's some different types of rock. This is more chunk rock, more than riprap. And it actually comes out to a little point right here. I'm gonna make a few casts across this little rock point because it looks like a really good spot. This is our hot hole right here. Water temperature is already up to 57.5 just from me coming to right here. I just watched a fish back there blow up on some bait. That's what happens. There goes another one. That's what happens whenever you've got that hot water. All right, I think that's gonna be our last cast with the crankbait for right now. I think I'm gonna pick up the jerkbait, make a few casts right here in this current, and then after that I'm gonna throw that shaky head. That shaky head's gonna work perfectly right here. But I do want to throw this jerkbait a few casts. I'm kind of curious to see if I can get one to eat this color, because I'm not really liking it as much as I did whenever I pulled it out of the box. Does that ever happen to y'all? Like, you get a bait out and you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. And then you start throwing it and you're just like, this is definitely not the one. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now. I want to throw the shaky head. I'm feeling really confident about this shaky head, so that's what I'm gonna throw. We got a lot of rocks right here, got some current. I know there's got to be some fish tucked in down there. There he is. I thought that was a fish. It was. Oh, he gave us a little jump and then he spit it out. That was like, what, second cast right here? That's pretty good. The only thing that's not good is I just cast it through that fence. All right, got my bait back. I had it hung up, but I got it back now. Let's see if we can do that again and actually land them this time. Oh, he thumped it, dude. I felt him thump it like a rock. Yeah, little baby. That is number 2 for the day though. Golly. I felt him thump it and he still choked it down in his throat. He still got it on down there. Here we go, number 2. Get a little release. Thanks, buddy. I'll tell you what, that new Mach bait on this shaky head is doing it. I mean, I've made maybe 5 casts here and I've already had 2 hooked up, caught 1. It's pretty dang good. Throw it on out there, let it sink down, hit the bottom. There's another one. Just like that. They're not big, but they're bass. And they're eating this thing good too. There's an albino deer right there. Hold on, let me grab my camera. Albino deer. Well, that's pretty cool. Catch bass and then see an albino deer. Pretty cool. It's gonna come right down to the water too. I bet it's gonna come get something to drink. There's another one. They are stacked up right here. They're just all small. But I will definitely sit here and catch a few of these small ones because it's fun. There we go. Let's do it again. But I promise we're not going to sit here for too long. But it is fun. Just feeling them thump the crap out of it. Setting the hook into them, fighting them on the spinning rod. That's fun. I'm gonna try to catch 2 or 3 more right here. Then we're gonna go down this bank right here to my left with that crankbait. See if we can get us another crankbait bass. And then after that, I'm gonna probably make a little run up towards the dam and we're gonna fish around there some. See if we can get us a few fish up there. All right, that's the last cast. Then we're picking up that crankbait. This bank looks so good. That's a fish, and it's a better one too. Oh no, dude. Dang it. That was like a 2 or a 3 pounder. Man, that was a terrible hook set. I did a little side hook set. That was not good. Well, I lied. That's not the last cast. You can't leave on the last cast whenever you hook one like that. You just can't do that. I mean, that was a decent fish. That was pretty good. Okay, one more. Maybe if I say last cast, that means that one will eat it. Dang. Got it out. Thank goodness. There we go. All I have to do is just say last cast and then they'll bite. That's all you gotta do. This is a little bit better of a fish, I think. Yeah, he's a little bit better. Not too shabby. He's still not big, but he ain't bad. With the crankbait. See if we can get bit. Pretty good little stretch. Looks like some really good rock. I don't know how deep it is, but hopefully there's a bass sitting on it. Hopefully. There he is. There he is. sitting here looking at another deer. I guess the deer are just my good luck today. Yeah. Another one on the crankbait. Look at that. To the face, dude. To the face. I probably should grab pliers for this one, but I'm feeling bold. There we go. Oh, one-eyed fish. He's blinding this side and he's got his eye on that side. That's pretty cool. Another one on the crankbait. That is a fun bite. I love that. That was on this different type of rock. I'm actually over here. This is really a bluff wall now. You can see it's just like drops off. And I haven't really fished any bluff wall exactly like this yet today. So maybe this will be good. I wasn't even gonna fish down this whole thing, but since I got that bite, I'm definitely gonna fish it a little bit more. I'm not really sure how great it's gonna be. It might be good, it might be bad, I don't know, but we're gonna give it a shot. Last cast right there. Then we're gonna move. Let's do it. Get a change of scenery going here. All right, so I'm pulling up to my new spot and I was not planning on stopping here at all, but if you can see, maybe, there's a bunch of rocks right here and there's actually a channel swing right here. I can see it on my fish finder. The channel swings and touches this bank and it has got a ton of rocks on it. So this should be, in theory, a good bank. I don't know if it's gonna be too deep for the crankbait, but if it is, we'll just throw the shaky head. Don't wanna stay here for too long, but we're definitely gonna fish it and hopefully there's a 5-pounder sitting here that wants to eat. Throwing the shaky head right now. I'm just gonna see what the water depth ends up looking like. I'm in 20 foot right now and I'm basically on the bank, so definitely too deep right here. Look at that. Already. On the shaky head. Anyways, what I was saying is it's too deep to throw that crankbait because it does not dive that deep, but the shaky head will sink as far as you let it. And that one right there was up on the bank. That is another fish. I had remembered that the app had said that channel swings were good spots, and I've fished channel swings before in the summertime and wintertime, so I saw it on the map when I was on the way over here and I was like, dang, I might need to check that out. So I stopped in and there we go. Already got us a fish. Let's make another move. All right, we are at spot number 3. This is actually another channel swing. I was not gonna stop here either, but there's really good rock right here. I can actually throw the crankbait right here too, really, really well. So I'm gonna throw the crankbait around here. We're just gonna fish a little short stretch of this. It's not a big channel swing bank, but we're gonna fish it and then we're gonna go up here to this other spot that I've been trying to make my way up to all day. Just haven't got there yet. But I'm feeling pretty confident we might get another bite on the crankbait right here. So let's go ahead and get our line in the water, see what we can catch. Okay, Mr. Crankbait. Yeah. The water up here should get a little bit clearer, I think. It's how this lake usually is, but honestly, all the rain we've had, everything might just be kind of stained. I'm not really sure, but I don't really know if the clear water would make them bite the crankbait better or worse. I don't know. But I do feel like I should have gotten a few more bites on it than I have, but hey, that's fishing. They don't follow the rules. Well, I'm starting to think that they're not on this type of rock. I think they might just be on the riprap and the chunk rock. But I'm gonna finish this out. We're gonna give it a chance. But as of right now, it ain't looking too good. But you never know. All right, so this is actually the dam. The water is a little bit clearer up here like I thought it would be. It's still not like super clear, but it is a lot clearer. And we have a ton of rocks. Right here we have more of that shelf type rock with some chunk rock mixed in. And then over there is just a huge, huge riprap bank. I mean, it's massive. So if we're getting bites, we may just finish out the day right here on this spot. I guess it just all depends on if we get bites or not. So man, the grass up here is pretty bad. Well, this spot right here is just not panning out. I was talking about finishing out the day here and I can't even get a dang bite. But the problem is there's too much grass. I haven't been dealing with grass at all today until I came up here. So we're going back down to where we started and we're gonna fish some more of those rock banks because I think that's what we need to do. So that's what we're gonna do, right? And I think this will actually be our last stop of the day. I have very, very, very high hopes for this spot with the crankbait. Because one time in a tournament, I absolutely smoked them over here on a crankbait when it was cold. I will have that video down in the description if you guys want to watch that video. We did pretty well in that tournament. Me and my good buddy Drew. I was not throwing this crankbait, but I was throwing a similar one. And he was throwing a jerkbait, and we caught him really, really good over here. There he is. There he is. Oh, not a bad fish. I told y'all it was gonna happen right here. Yeah. Oh no. Oh well. Shouldn't have boat flipped him. He was barely hooked, but hey, you get the point. Hooked another one on the crankbait. Let's just hope that another one does that again and he gets it all the way. We've still got a lot of rock left to fish. We are running out of daylight, but not too fast. We should be okay. But this thing goes through, goes around, and then there's a whole nother bank on the other side exactly like this. So there's plenty of rock to fish. Plenty. They might be stacked up right here in this little canal thing because there's some wind blowing through it. They might be in there chewing. Well, I had no idea that that was there. There he is. That is a fish. I barely even moved my bait and he was already on there. He had it quick. He's just a little guy. Just a little guy. Look at that. He was trying to hook me. I got that sweatshirt on for protection. Ugh. Stop. Stop, dude. There we go. I'm telling you, I barely even moved the bait and he was just on there. I was like, oh, wow, okay. What a surprise, you know? What is that, number 4 landed and number 5 hooked on the crankbait? Not too bad. Honestly, we've had a pretty good day, and we're not done yet, but we're getting there. I've had a pretty good day. Nothing big, but it's been fun. Oh, dude, right next to the boat. That was crazy. Wow. All right then. That is going to be the last fish of the day. Goodbye.